This is my VW Golf 5. Now the plan is simple. I want to drive from the north of Germany to the northernmost point of continental Europe, the North Cape. But there's a twist. I am only allowed to sleep either in my car or in a tent, and I have to find the most remote locations where cars like this definitely shouldn't go. Welcome to Cars in the Wild. So here we are. You are joining me right now about 2 hours into Denmark. Now I skipped the most part because, well, driving in Denmark is obviously very, very boring because it's just straight. And yeah, welcome to our biggest project yet, or my biggest project yet, Cars in the Wild. Now, if you've seen the intro, you might know that, I'm meeting up now with Max. He is already in Sweden, so I'm meeting up with him in the south of Sweden, and then we will drive now. After we meet, like maybe another 3 hours, because the plan is to drive to the North Cape in just about 3 days, which is insane, but I am absolutely pumped. This car will visit another country, Finland, another new country. And yeah, I am absolutely pumped, absolutely excited. Now, I already talked about what Cars in the Wild is all about. Now, this is kind of a pilot project because, well, I don't know what we have now the next few days in store in front of us, because we want to drive with our cars to the most remote locations in Scandinavia. And we picked Scandinavia strategically at first because, well, we obviously live in the north of Germany, and Scandinavia is very, very big, and there are actually, all in all, very few people live there. That's why we picked Scandinavia for the first season of Cars in the Wild. I will do the setup tour and everything later when we are setting up camp. But yeah, now enjoy with me the drive to Sweden before we then meet up with Max. Alright, you are joining me right now, I think like 45 minutes or maybe an hour later, and I've just crossed the first of 2 bridges in order to get to Sweden. I am now on the Storebælt bridge, which, if you've seen, I've already shot a couple of videos on the Storebælt bridge and also on the Öresund bridge, which we are about to cross like in not even an hour, and then we're there in Sweden. Yes, I do drive regularly over these 2 bridges, but it's still fascinating. Quite literally every time I drive over these 2 bridges, because they are just insane, and the view is great. But now I am near the toll booth, so I have this transponder right here, so I can drive into the express lane in order to get faster through the toll booth. And you actually get quite a little bit of a discount when you have these express transponders. Oh nice, I was the GT86. Alright, okay. Yep, express lane. 50 kilometers per hour is right here. Now I just need to hold it up against my windscreen, and then it should be all fine. It beeps one time. And now I am through, and yeah, the first bridge is done. I think we have now a little bit over 4 hours to go to the meeting point where we'll meet up with Max. And yeah, then we are in Sweden, and then when we are in Sweden, Cars and Wild does really start, and I am very, very pumped. Okay, I've just crossed the Öresund Bridge, which I've also shot a video like, I don't know, like 4 weeks ago. Depends on how I upload these videos, obviously. With a VW T4, and oh, there's a bit of a queue right here, but yeah, it should be fine. Hopefully we are all good with customs and all of that, so theoretically I could just drive through, and then I'm in the country where we will spend the majority of the entirety Cars of the Wild challenge. Perfect. Yes, it's open. Nice. Thank you very much. Oh, customs. And I'm through. Very good. Very, very nice. Now I have another 3 hours to the meeting point where we'll meet up with Max, and then we have theoretically another 3 hours to the sleeping point where we want to sleep, where we want to set up camp. But I think I will see you next when I will arrive at the meeting point with Max, so we can have a little talk, and so I can show you Max Volvo, which he wants to take to, you know, the first season of Cars in the Wild. I am now only 38 minutes away from the meeting point where we'll meet Max, but I might have a little bit of a problem. Now I don't know if you can see it, but I have a theoretical fuel range of 80 kilometers, and I still have 65 kilometers to go. Now you might think, hey, okay, it's plenty. There's, you know, still 50 kilometers spare, but this car reads, especially in the, you know, last quarter of the tank, really, really unreliable. And yeah, that's why I'm a bit nervous if I can even make it to the meeting point, which would be very, very unfortunate if I don't. So yeah, let's pray. Let's pray. It is raining so hard right now, oh my god. There's actually, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I'm in the middle of a storm. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's aquaplaning. I can't see. People are already putting their indicators on, the hazards. Oh my god. A little update. I have now 40 kilometers left in the tank, and I need to drive 35 kilometers. So I think I should be fine, but driving in this weather is absolutely insane. This rain, you can't compare this rain to the rain in Germany, because this is way more and way harder than the rain in northern Germany, where I obviously live. Wow. Okay, I think now the worst part over. Alright, I will see you in 20 minutes when I am at the meeting point. I made it now to the meter point with Max, and he's actually in front of me in his Volvo V70 R design. And yeah, it's a really, really nice car with a beautiful Yeah, and it's a beautiful scenic drive right at the basically start or at the north of Jönköping. And yeah, I have 0 kilometers rest of my range. Jo, ist gut. Okay. This was max. We actually have walkie-talkies so we can communicate between our cars. And yeah, I need to find a petrol station in order to fill up. And then I can share a little bit more of our adventure. And then I can present you Max in his Volvo V70 R-Design. We have now a couple of hours later, basically 1 hour later, and we have now 2 hours and 35 minutes to our theoretical sleeping space or sleeping spot where we will set up camp. Max is right behind me in his V70 R-Design.
Dass du unter 80 fährst, so ganz knapp unter 80.
Ich fahre genau 80.
Okay.
This was Max, and yeah, we have now 2 hours 35 minutes left, and driving in Sweden is so beautiful. It's just relaxing, and you know, driving 80 kilometers per hour is, you know, it's nothing for the car, everything is fine. But yeah, we will arrive at our theoretical camping spot at 9 p.m. Yeah, I think I will see you there, if nothing happens on the way. This is a spot where we slept last night, but unfortunately I couldn't film getting here because the original spot we wanted to go was occupied because it was in a military area. And yeah, that's why we are here. This is Max V70. There's my Golf 5. The night was alright, and the goal is today to drive from here in the middle of the forest to just around Dulair, or maybe a little more. We are driving now first to the supermarket because we actually need to buy some snacks and paper towels, etc.
Ich habe in meinen Navi jetzt das Ziel Dulair ohne Mautstraßen eingegeben. Kilometerzahl 1007 Kilometer 11 Stunden Fahrzeit. Wir können jetzt bei Coop nochmal die Navis vergleichen.
Können wir fahren, meinetwegen.
Nicht, dass wieder das passiert wie gestern, dass wir uns so krass verlieren.
Ja, alles gut, ich bleib erstmal hinter dir.
Ja, alles gut. Wir fahren heute so erstmal so ein bisschen Autobahn und ein bisschen gefestigte Landstraßen. Da ist das ja so, das Risiko sich zu verlieren, ja sowieso sehr gering. Und wenn ich jetzt zu schnell fahre, hier sag Bescheid.
Jo, alles gut. Yeah, that was Max. He is, as I already told you, in the V70 R-Design. And now you can see the road that we've driven like basically 11 kilometers through the woods in order to get to the point where we actually slept. Now the night in general was pretty good because, yeah, I mean, it was my first time actually camping in a tent, and yeah, I actually slept pretty well. I woke up the first time at like 4 a.m. But you know, it is what it is because, you know, the forest is still a natural biotope. There are a lot of animals inside the forest, especially in Scandinavia. So yeah, but I thought it was actually really quite cool. It was an alternative, as I already told you, an alternative spot because the original spot we wanted to go to was occupied and it was in a military region. But yeah, I mean, driving through here, it's actually really cool. Really cool. We just bought some groceries from the grocery store. It was a little co-op in this little town near Örebro, and we have now as you can see on the navigation, on the GPS, 989 kilometers to go, 11 hours and 34 minutes. And yeah, I will follow Max this time so we don't get lost, just like last week. Sorry, last night, because I am a terrible navigator, and now I can just follow Max and everything will be fine. Yeah, I will catch you in some time if something happens. We are now on our first stop, about 2 hours in, and well, as you can see, the car is very, very messy, and right there is a lake, and this lake looks absolutely gorgeous. This rest stop is absolutely gorgeous, and we have now another about 10 hours in front of us. Max is currently on the toilet, but just look at this E70. It looks so cool and is already used. The car has now 300,000 kilometers on the clock, but I will tell you more about that video, about the car in another video. Just a quick update, we are currently now 4 hours-ish into the drive on the second day, and yeah, we are nearly half the way there to our destination tonight, which is somewhere, we want to camp somewhere around the area of Luleå in the north of Sweden. And yeah, that was just a very quick update, because we have still 7 hours and 27 minutes to go. We are now north of Trondheim, which means if you watch the Norwegian road trip series, basically the first series I've ever shot with this car on this YouTube channel. I think the start of the Norwegian road trip series was like my third video on this channel, which is crazy to think that I've done now, I don't know, 60 or so. And yes, we are now north of Trondheim, which means every kilometer I drive more north is new to the car, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I mean, the main goal is obviously the northernmost point of continental Europe, which is the North Cape. And I think I'll see you in a couple of hours, because yes, we still have 6 hours and 7 minutes to go to the rough area where we want to sleep tonight. Okay, we just had a little bit of a stop, because we were both hungry, and that's why we ate some burgers at a Swedish fast food chain called Max. And yeah, we have now at the stop we actually searched for our real or our final sleeping spot for the night. We found it. It is now 5 hours and 46 minutes away. It is the it's a rough area of Luleå. It's a little bit north of Luleå, so that's why we need to be there. That's why we need to drive there a little bit longer. However, we have from this spot tomorrow, when we will arrive at the North Cape in the next video, we have only 8 hours of driving to do, which is really, really cool. And yeah, 5 hours 46 minutes to go. And yeah, I will update you if something happens. Now a really quick update. We are somewhere at a random supermarket car park in the north of Sweden, and this is a very, very cool car. I think it's a Lincoln. We are currently on the highway E4. The E4 is the highway that obviously goes from the south to the north of Sweden, and we've just crossed one of the most picturesque bridges I have ever seen, honestly. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, just driving on the E4, even though there's now a bit of traffic, is just absolutely insane, and it is very relaxing. We have now 5 hours and 28 minutes left, so it's a little bit later from the last update, but just driving here is immense. It's so nice with the stones, or the rock formations on the right and on the left of the road. And yeah, oh, now it starts to drizzle a little bit. Nice. Let's hope it is not like the thunderstorm I went through on the way to Sweden. But yeah, wow. I mean, it's just scenic. It's just absolutely insane. Max, ich habe dieses Auto seit über 40.000 Kilometern, ne? Und ich habe nach 40.000 Kilometern eine neue Taste entdeckt, die ich vorher noch nicht kannte.
Welche Taste denn?
Um den Trip zurückzusetzen im Menü selber. Das kann ich noch gar nicht. Das ist... Oh mein Gott. Witzig. Der ist am hier Hebel für die Scheibenwischer.
Ach, das ist ja lustig. Ja, so ist das, ne?
Ja, man lernt nie aus, ne?
Ja, wäre auch langweilig, wenn schon, ne?
Das stimmt. Was eine geile Konversation hier gerade.
Denkst du schon die Tage?
As you might have heard from the conversation we just had, obviously in German, but I will put English subtitles under it. Yeah, we have now 1 hour and 16 minutes left. And yeah, we are both feeling very, very well. I mean, we obviously need rest because we are driving tomorrow in the next episode for you guys, but tomorrow for us. Yeah, another 11 hours to the northernmost point of continental Europe, the North Cape. Another quick update, like maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes later, we've just crossed 2,000 kilometers in this trip with this car. Well, what does it mean? 2,000 kilometers is basically a third of the trip in total. So yeah, you know, the trip is roughly around 6,000 kilometers and we are now on 2,000 and we still have 188 to go to our spot. And yeah, we've actually changed now our spot because, well, we are both feeling very, very well, as you could have, you know, as you might have seen from our conversation via the walkie-talkies. That's why we are driving like 50 kilometers more. It is like 45 minutes more. And yeah, a quick update before we actually enter the place where we want to sleep. Well, we are only 12 minutes away and our estimated arrival time, our ETA, is 10 past 1 a.m. and just look, I mean, it doesn't get more darker than this. In fact, it is getting lighter and lighter every minute we drive now further north, because, well, we are this far north in Scandinavia, or specifically in Sweden. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to say, because I'm just speechless. I am absolutely speechless, honestly. I mean, we've passed like the darkest point in this night, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and it's getting lighter and lighter by the minute or by the kilometer, which is just, I mean, it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. We are now only 3 minutes away from the spot where we will sleep tonight. Now I'm not gonna lie, I am starting to feel a little bit tired, especially because we started today at 9 a.m. and it is now 1 a.m. So some crazy 16 hours, or I don't know. But yeah, I think it does make more sense that I will show you the spot in the daylight. So I'm doing now basically the outro. We are turning now left. We are not driving on the E14 anymore. And yeah, well, where can we drive? Turn left?
Lass mal kurz für den Parkplatz rechts anhalten.
That was a bit of a fail. Okay.
Da ist auch Navi das Ziel drin, ne?
Ja.
Ist auch gerade keine Abfahrt gesehen, oder?
Nein, habe ich nicht. Now the problem is, there is no exit of the road, and that's why we actually need to going, because there's no other option. And Max, do you have anything to say?
No, but I think it's a nice opportunity to go on and make some more kilometers to the North Cape, and I'm very excited to the next views we have on this road. I mean, it's so beautiful today. I mean, we have 1 o'clock in the morning and it's still so clear, and I think it's very nice.
I think we will just roll,
Yeah.
pun intended, roll into the next day
I
with
think
those
so,
cars.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, it does look a little bit spooky though, with with the fog, but it is.
But who cares?
I mean, it's crazy.
And now I think we are 20 hours on the road. No, not 20
I
hours.
just said in the car that was like, it's I think 18.
18.
18, yeah.
I think today we make it to 20.
If we keep going, if we keep going,
keep going, it's possible.
and drive now to the North Cape through
Yeah,
all the way, we can make it in 50 hours.
I know, and it's so heavy, and it's so close to us.
Yeah, insane. All right, I will see you with the next update, because we are definitely driving now through the night.
Yes.
Well, you are hearing now the plan. We are driving now basically through the night in order to get to the North Cape. I mean, if we are doing that, we are basically getting one free travel day. But, not seeing this, exit of the road is just, I don't know. I mean, but it gives me a little bit more, let's say, freedom, or yeah, it gives us a little bit more freedom, because we have now so much time to get to the North Cape, and we have some really, really nice things planned, but we definitely need to rest when we are there. I mean, we have 9 hours 53 minutes left. I will update you if something happens. I mean, the camera is pretty much almost dead as well, so I need to charge that. And yeah, I think I will see you if something happens. Oh my gosh, how can this happen? But now we are here, now we need to drive. Next stop, to the Swedish-Finnish border. Okay, we are now set the update about 1 hour down the road in the direction to Finland. And I just want to, have it on record. It is currently 3 a.m. in the morning. And it looks like, I don't know, 7, 8 a.m. in the morning at home in northern Germany. So, I mean, it's a complete mind, honestly. Because, yes, of course, you're obviously tired, because now we've driven now basically on the road for like, I don't know, 20... We're now on the road for basically 20 hours. And yes, of course you're tired, but there's a strange sensation when you drive from dark into daylight, and you have much more energy all of a sudden. And this is what happened to us, because I mean, yes, of course, Max and I, we were both obviously a little bit exhausted, because driving 19 hours, scattered over the whole day is very, very much. But we have now this new sensation of energy, and we just have to make the most out of it. That's why we are driving as far north as we can right now. You are joining us right now basically 10 minutes up the road at some crazy bridge. I mean, it looks like the bridge is joining into the fog, but it's just, I don't know, it's mythical. You have right there some kind of, I don't know, boat structure. Doesn't say it.
Man, look the frog here. Look at on the bridge. I mean, it looks like a movie, and I think it's so nice to being here and driving through the night to North Sweden.
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, like, I mean, it's 21 kilometers away from the spot where,
So heavy.
where we
And
ended the last clip.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Diesel running never before.
VW Golf, VSMPR design with the roof box. Perfect. Yeah. You will join us next if something happens. It is 3:30 a.m. and we are currently, I don't know, like somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Sweden, and we are on a bridge, completely alone. It is like, bright as daylight, and we are here with those two cars and this dude and this view, which is just absolutely insane. We are now only 800 meters away from crossing from Sweden into Finland, and yeah, I'm actually quite excited for Finland for a few reasons. We need to turn right to Finland. There at the bridge, Finland. And now we are into Finland, and well, I told you that driving into Finland is very important. But why is that important? Well, I can tell you more outside of the car, because I set myself a challenge that I want to drive with this car to every single country in the European Union. And Finland, well, you can see we are right here now in the middle of nowhere in Finland, right down over there. We just saw some reindeers. That is Max V70, and yeah, Finland is the 10th country that this car has ever visited outside of Germany, and it's the 11th country in total, with Germany included, obviously, where it is registered. Yeah, that was just a nice side fact. There are so many reindeers right here. Look how cute they, oh my god. Hello, hello. You're joining us right now like 4 hours away from the North Cape, and well, just look at this road. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Between all those rock formations, cliffs and everything, we have this teeny tiny little road which meanders like a spaghetti through this mountainside, and wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, it looks kind of familiar because if you've watched the Norwegian road trip series with my VW Golf 5, you know that, yeah, you know that I've already visited Norway, of course, with this car. I went to the Atlantic Ocean Road and basically all the way up north to Trondheim. But oh my god, driving, oh wow, whee. I mean, this road is very, very dynamic. I mean, very dynamic. Holy. I don't know what the decline was just there, but absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. That was, you know, kind of steep. Now we are still on the E45 and we need to turn at some point to the on the Reipasveien. So we are then not anymore on the E45, and then we are truly on our way to the North Cape, because yeah, gorgeous piece of tarmac. Really, really gorgeous piece of tarmac. It's just crazy. We are like 191 kilometers away from the North Cape, and it honestly looks like the Highlands right now. I mean, we still have 2 hours and 52 minutes to go, but I mean, insane. Insane. It looks like Scotland to me. Just in, you know, a bit bigger in scale, but it looks like Scotland to me. I mean, I've already visited with this car Scotland, but I haven't started a YouTube channel back then. That's why I only have photos and no videos where I speak. But oh my god, I will now lay over a picture of my car in Scotland, in the Highlands, on the Skyfall Road, and honestly, I mean, I could have taken the picture. I could have taken the picture here because it looks very, very similar. Very similar. Well, we have now actually a lot later than the last clip, because we had some trials and tribulations that we needed to solve. And yeah, Max is right in front of me, and we have now 53 minutes left to the North Cape, to the northernmost point of continental Europe. And I mean, just look at the scenery. I mean, I couldn't film the last like 3 hours of the scenery because I had other problems, but we managed. Everything is all fine now. And yeah, wow. I mean, this scenery is just mind-blowing. And there's a ski lift. Wow. Oh, is it a ski lift? No, it's electricity. We are now on the final 31 minutes and also 31 kilometers, and it looks honestly, it looks a little bit like Tenerife in the sense of, you know, it's all sunny and, you know, there's just no snow because it's obviously summer, and I am just absolutely pumped getting to the North Cape because, yeah, this was a hell of an adventure with a lot of ups and downs. Definitely a lot of downs, but I can't talk about that. And yeah, oh my god, look at that view. Holy wow, wow. Insane, absolutely insane, crazy, absolutely crazy. And now we are driving not into town but around the corner. This is, I think, the last hill climb up to the North Cape, and then we are there. And oh my god, what a tour it was. What an absolutely tour it was. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Let's see how full it actually is, because, well, we have 6 o'clock or 6 p.m. and I think there will be very many, yeah, people. Only 1.9 kilometers are left. There it is. There is the North Cape. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. North Cup. Wow. 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 Now, left, right, I know, I don't think you actually need to pay to park there, which is great. Wow. Oh no, you actually need to pay. Wow, okay. Well, as you might have heard, I was really tired when we arrived at the North Cape. But unfortunately, I am now in the post-production, and I've noticed that the last clip I shot with the car at the North Cape was corrupted. The audio was corrupted. So I basically said that. Huge thank you for watching this video. It was a very, very, very big adventure. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, because now it's home run time. Well, goodbye North Cape, but we are now on our way to get back home. Now Max can't come with me, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And yeah, we are driving now back home to Hamburg, where it all started. And yeah, I mean, in Cars in the Wild, we basically didn't sleep because I'm awake now for like 30 hours. Or we obviously slept in tents, just like the one behind me. But on the, I call it Cars in the Wild home run, we are actually allowed to sleep not also in hotels, because, well, Cars in the Wild on its own is already pretty hard. And yeah, but now I am on a, let's say, 4-day road trip back to Germany, where it all started. And then this car will need a little bit of love when we are back home in Germany. Very quick update on the home run right now. Well, we have 2 hours and 30 minutes left, and this scenery is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you know, only 168 kilometers. It is maybe not much, but I've been awake since yesterday, 8 a.m. So yeah, what's that? 24, 35 hours. Well, and that's to the courtesy of this, the never-ending blue sky, because it doesn't get dark up here. But I can tell you that I am looking forward to have a good rest of sleep. And yeah, I actually booked myself a quite nice hotel. So, you know, of all the escapades of the last few days, that I can basically consume that with that. And yeah, I think we should be fine. But 2 hours 30 minutes is not that much. I think I will drive tomorrow like 7 hours, and then the day after that also 7 hours, and then 6.5 hours, and then I am in Lund, where my brother lives. So I will spend a couple of days there before I then drive back to Germany. However, I won't film the days in Lund because, well, obviously want to spend the time in privacy with my brother, because I actually don't get to see him very often. And so it's a very special occasion. And given I'm already in Sweden or in Scandinavia, it's a given that we drive to him. We have now only 1 hour and 30 minutes left, and yeah, basically nothing happens. I mean, the scenery is beautiful. I am right now in the middle of a reindeer herd, and I can't get through. I can't get through. It's basically, yeah, I don't know. I need to wait. And I mean, there are 4 in front of me, and they are not going out of the way. They are not going out of the way. I just want to go through, but I can't. Another update, we are now only 27 kilometers, 30 minutes away from the hotel in Alta. And yeah, it's the first stop of our home run series in the, let's say, Cars in the Wild saga. And yeah, I mean, I just reflected a little bit. Driving here is just so relaxing, honestly. But I start to feel a little bit tired because, well, it obviously doesn't get dark this far in the north. That's why, yeah. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But only 29 minutes left. I think I will see you when I am at the hotel. We are now only 4 minutes, 2.5 kilometers away from the hotel, and I just want to check in and have a nice rest because I am absolutely crashed. But we are in a construction site, which means that we are moving really quite slow. And that's not what you want when you just want to go to bed. There are some horses. Hello, horses. They are paving a new road. Now the construction car is gone, and now we have 1.6 kilometers in front of us in order to get to the hotel. Thank you. Alright, I've arrived now at the hotel. I am absolutely crashed. Alright, it's the second day of the home run series inside the Cars of the Wild series. and I've just filled up the car. I'm literally just left the hotel like 10 minutes ago, and we are now on our way from Alta to Luleå, from Alta, Norway to Luleå in Sweden, which means we actually drive through Finland again. It's a deja vu because we've actually crossed Finland yesterday as well when we drove through the North Cape, to the North Cape. But yeah, I think I will see you in a couple of hours or maybe at the Finnish border, because, well, yes, the scenery is beautiful, but it's a long drive. I mean, 7 hours and 15 minutes is not exactly short. Well, we have now like one and a half hours later, and well, nothing happened. I mean, the scenery is beautiful. I am in 38 kilometers in Finland, and yeah, I mean, actually, it is quite funny because actually, like literally nothing happened. I lost like 40 kilometers of fuel range, but nothing more. I'm currently driving 60 kilometers per hour. It reminds me a lot, everything here, about the trip I've done with this car to Trondheim and back via the Atlantic Ocean Road, because, well, first off, it was obviously Norway, but yeah, I mean, I'm very nostalgic right now and thinking about back all those trips I've done already with the car, and especially the trip that inspired me to drive to the North Cape, which was the Trondheim trip via the Atlantic Ocean Road. And I'm just super grateful, honestly. I am super grateful that that I can do what I can do and drive with my first car to all those amazing places. I am now only 5.9 kilometers away from the Norwegian Finnish border, and yeah, I mean, this drive from Alta up to here was very, very calm. I haven't seen that many cars actually. I mean, I just stopped and like for, I don't know, 5 minutes, it was silent. It was absolutely silent. I didn't hear a thing, not even a bird, which was quite therapeutic. But I have seen a lot of bikers and motorcyclists, just like this guy. And wow, look at this view. And yeah, but I haven't seen that many German cars, which is quite, I don't know. I don't know why I haven't seen that many cars, because it is now the main holiday, summer holidays in Germany at this point of time where I'm recording this. Alright, we are in 3.7 kilometers at the Finnish border, and yeah, let's see if I can go right through or if I need to go through the secondary security control. There we are. We are now only 400 meters away from the Norwegian Finnish border, and let's see if you can just go drive right through or not. There it is. Lappi, Suomi, Finland. And there is Finland. I think we are good. Yeah, I think we are fine. Perfect. Yep. I will see you in a couple of hours. We still have 5 hours to go, because, well, I obviously want to get to the hotel in Luleå, and yeah, I see you if I see some reindeers or if something happens.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing.
I am currently, I don't know, somewhere in the Finnish woods, and I've seen a spot on Google Maps and I really want to check that out. That's why I am on my way to there. Okay. Should work. I mean the car, it is... Oh, I just bottomed out. Yep. However, it is what it is. This is 4. Oh my. That was definitely not right. I will turn right over there. Do I bottom out again? Oh yes. Yes. But I will try to get there because I want to do a little pause because I've driven now for hours and I did get a lot of sleep, but still 4 hours is exhausting. Where this leads us. I am somewhere in Finnish Lapland, in the north of Finland, and oh, this. Oops. Sorry. I mean, it's very beautiful, but there are people and I think it's a private property, so that's why I turn back. Alright, I will see you when I'm on the road again. I just want to check the damage real quick. I mean, as you can see, the car is pretty dirty, but I think I touched somewhere. Oh yes. Right here, it's in Fluth. Oh, I lost basically this part of the splitter. Well, you can still see here a little bit of grass. Oh, and I lost it all. Oh wow, I really bottomed out. I really bottomed out. However, it is what it is. Cars are meant to be driven, and yeah. I just wanted to do a little detour because it was a little bit boring just driving on the E28. Was it, I think? I am now somewhere in a forest and yeah, absolutely amazing. I am now back on the road. I mean, you've seen in the clip, the damage wasn't actually that bad. It was just rubber, you can replace it, and it is just nice to know that it is not that big of a deal, because, well, I am still, let me have a look, 2,600 kilometers away from the garage, from home, which is a lot, but you know, I want to have a little bit of fun. I don't want you know, to drive straight back home because, well, I am now here with my first car. This car is very special to me, so I want to do very special things with it. And just not, I mean, first I want to obviously visit all countries in the European Union. Then I also want to do stuff like this, like driving with this car to the northernmost point of X, like the northernmost point of Scotland. I've already done that, John O'Groats. Now I went to the northernmost point of continental Europe, etc. And yeah, I do not only want to visit every country, I also want to visit, you know, special landmarks like the southernmost point of continental Europe, etc., etc. So I do want to do very special things with it. That's why I do not really care, because my immediate plan is to rebuild the car in some years if everything goes alright. After I've done all the trips I want to do with it, I basically want to then retire the car, because it is done then more than enough. Oh, and I want to double the kilometers. I got the car with 154,000 kilometers. It is now on 195,000 kilometers. The goal is to reach with the car within all those crazy adventures I've planned, 308,000 kilometers. So the car, you know, after I've doubled the kilometers, the car is more mine than everybody else's, because I've done, at least in my mind, the most kilometers in it, which is a very enthusiastic thing to say. But you know, I like the car. I really like the car. I don't want to get rid of it. That's why driving like this is so cool. I mean, cars in the wild with this car, yes, we only slept one night in a tent, and it was in the middle of the forest in the dark. It was actually quite a bit scary, but we survived. I am now alone back at the home run after the Cars in the Wild trip. I mean, I think I will call it home run, because, well, Shmi does always, it's a little bit of inspiration right there. When Shmi does the Gumball 3000, he always does pre-Gumball, go ball, and post-Gumball, home ball. And basically I want to do that with the, given I have also a playlist where all the Autobahn runs are, and the countryside runs, etc., and the POV runs. I also want to do stuff like this, where I have a challenge, where I have Cars in the Wild. Well, we have now a little bit later. I actually paused because I needed to buy some drinks. And I am currently somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Finnish Lapland. And yeah, it was just a quick update. I am just drinking something.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart starts beating when my...
I am now in 1 kilometer outside of Finland, I mean at the border of Finland and Sweden. And yeah, I mean, basically everything to the right of me is already Sweden, or just after those trees. But I need to turn right now, right, and then I am at the Finnish-Swedish border. We also want to do a little bit of a pause, because, well, I have time. And I want to enjoy the time I have still in Scandinavia, even though it is already the home run. But alright, let's turn right. Sverige, 5 kilometers. Perfect. Alright, I think I will see you outside of the car at the Swedish-Finnish border. I just had a little bit of a break. There is my car, and there's the Swedish-Finnish border. And yeah, I have now, I don't know, 2.5 hours to go, but then I'm at the hotel. I'll see you next time in the...
Doesn't matter what I do, she's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart stops beating when my headlights shining on her.
Alright, quick update. We are now only 1 hour and 21 minutes, 114 kilometers away from the hotel in Luleå, and I was just at the Arctic Circle Center, and I've done a nice photo. You can see this photo right now. This photo was actually quite cool because I met another German family right there. Greetings to them, obviously, if they ever see the video. I haven't told them that I do YouTube, but they were really nice. They asked if I want to eat something, etc. I said no, because I actually have to get to the hotel and I can eat also something at the hotel. And I also met two British guys from Inverness. They've driven all the way from Scotland, all the way through England, through the Eurotunnel, and then through France, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, and now then all the way up to the North Cape. They are also now, or right now, on their way down south again, but they are driving a different route. That's why we are not in a convoy together. But greetings to them as well. They wished me luck on my journey, which is really, really nice. And yeah, but I mean, it's a VW Golf. I'm having the time of my life. Yes, I am alone now, but it is what it is. And I mean, the scenery is beautiful. I have everything I need. I mean, it's just great, honestly. Alright, I will see you in 1 hour and 19 minutes at the hotel. Alright, I just ate something and I am now only 7 minutes away, 5.3 kilometers from the hotel where I sleep tonight in Luleå. And actually, talking about that, I am right now in Luleå, given I am so near the hotel where I want to rest tonight. So yeah, oh, that's a double-sided roundabout. Perfect. I nearly forgot that they have it there, here in Sweden. Okay, only 6 minutes. I think I will leave this scene just uncut, so you can see how it really is when you want to drive. Oh my god, oh, nice, a jet. When you want to drive through Luleå, the city. Now, to be honest, I am not that tired. I mean, I could drive more, like I could easily drive 4 hours more with a pause, you know, inside. I have to say, I'm actually not that tired. I could drive easily like 4 hours more, you know, with like 1 rest or 2 rests between the drives. But I mean, driving in Sweden is very, very, I wouldn't say boring, but it is definitely relaxing, because people, you know, don't drive like maniacs all the time, just like they do in Germany, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah. I mean, I said the same thing when I went with this car to Trondheim. it is really relaxing driving here. And this car, and I noticed this on this trip as well, yes, it lacks a little bit of power because, you know, 75 horsepower doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, you can't even, in some cases, overtake some people when they drive slower because you can't judge if the oncoming traffic is, you know, fast enough or not. But this car is a well damn good rally car. Or I wouldn't say rally car because it obviously lacks the power, but when you want to do a solo road trip, it's just perfect, honestly. It's just, I mean, you don't need more. This is in my opinion, perfect first car solution. Maybe when you have a family, maybe you want a bigger car or a 5-door VW Golf 5, not a 3-door. But other than that, it is actually, you know, I mean, a really nice car. And I know I talked about that pretty much every video I drive with this car in the POV style videos. I do. I mean, all of my videos are POV style, but in the videos where I talk, because remember I also uploaded videos where I doesn't talk, so my voice doesn't get annoyed, etc. So yes, I mean, I say it every time, but it's every time true. This car is, in my opinion, one of the best road trip and first cars you can have in one, because the servicing isn't that expensive. I've done a video about that already, so you can check it out right here. This is the video, and yeah. I am now only 750 meters away from the hotel into the double roundabout. It's always a bit weird when you drive so long in Germany and they have only, you know, 1-lane roundabouts, and now when you go into another country, Sweden, which is really near to Germany, they have you know, double-sided roundabouts. I am now 1 minute away. Alright, I am now at the hotel, basically. Like, I'm 200 meters away. So I think this is the end of today. Well, it's the third day of the Home Run Castles Wild series. You are joining right now basically 2 hours south of Luleå, where I stayed last night in a very nice Scandic hotel. Now the plan is today to drive from Luleå to Stockholm. It is originally a 10-hour and 20-minute drive, but as I already said, we are 2 hours later. That's why we only have 8 hours and 70 minutes left. Before you go anywhere, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This would mean a lot to me, and at this point of time we have I have 50 subscribers, which is really cool. But yeah, I will update you if something happens.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing.
Alright, another quick update. I am now for 30 minutes already at a construction site, and it's basically a road closure, so yeah, I don't know what to do. I already lost 20 minutes, But yeah, I will update you when I finally can go on with the drive. Quite literally, like 10 seconds after I ended the trip, the road is finally now open, and I literally lost half an hour, which is, well, on a 10-hour drive, quite bad. But yeah, I've lost half an hour, which is not very nice. I still have 7 hours 44 minutes to go and 691 kilometers. And what's funny, I have 690 kilometers of range right now, so I should theoretically arrive in Stockholm with like 0 kilometers of range. And yeah, I am driving now through the construction site. You can see here the traffic that want to drive in a different direction. And yeah, it's basically a very, very, very big traffic jam. And as I said, losing half an hour is not very nice. Not very nice at all. But somehow, I don't know. I mean, finally now go and drive. A very, very quick update, like 3 hours-ish later. I actually made up the half an hour I lost before in the construction site, but we are now at this very, very, very beautiful bridge again that we've seen, like, well, for you 3 videos ago, but for me like 2 days ago. I mean, wow. And the view is just absolutely insane. The bridge is absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me in a lot of ways about the Öresund Bridge that connects obviously Sweden and Denmark together, Malmö and Copenhagen, but obviously way smaller. But the view is just absolutely insane, honestly. The view is so beautiful. Obviously you have to focus on the road, that's why I can't always only look to the left or the right. But wow, 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 wow. Insane. Absolutely insane. Sweden or Scandinavia in general is very beautiful. Like, I've been to, I mean, Scandinavia, you know, is formed out of 5 different countries. No, 6 different countries. Obviously, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, the Faroe Islands, and Iceland. Now I've been to 4 of those 6 countries that form Scandinavia, but wow. So I can, you know, I basically seen all of continental Scandinavia when you see it like that, because obviously Faroe Islands and Iceland are both very far away and are both, you know, islands. Right, quick update. We are now only 3 hours and 51 minutes away from the hotel, and oh my god, Sweden has many muscle cars. Okay. That's very cool. Very nice. Yeah, Sweden has many muscle cars, and I noticed that because in those, I mean, up to this point, un momento, up to in those 4,305 kilometers so far in Scandinavia, I've seen so many muscle cars, old muscle cars in particular. I mean, I've seen like 2 Corvettes, but other than that, they were all old muscle cars. I mean, relatively The Corvette I saw was a Corvette C6. So yeah. Also a few informations. I'm now already on the road for 6 hours and 10 minutes. And I have still a 270 kilometer range. However, I have 363 kilometers still to go to my hotel in Stockholm. So yeah, I need to stop at some point and put fuel again in this car, because well, I try to be as time efficient as possible, if you know what I mean.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart stops beating when my headlights shining on her.
Alright, I've just filled the car up and I'm actually pretty impressed with myself, because I've driven 7 hours and 52 minutes through in one go, which is not the record. I think the record was like 9 and a bit hours through, but I also needed to pee and I was very thirsty. That's why I bought some drinks and a bit more. So the last 2 hours back to Stockholm, I say back to Stockholm, I mean the first time for me actually in Stockholm. And yeah, okay, we have now about 2 and a bit hours later, and while we have only 43 minutes left, 62 kilometers, I will arrive at basically 9 p.m. And it's a bit repetitive because I ate it also the last 3 days, but I ate just some burgers. And I just was for a little bit of time in Uppsala, and now I'm driving to Stockholm, where my hotel is, and I will cross on the way the 197,000 kilometers on this car, which means I am not then only 3,000 kilometers, so 1,800 miles away from my big goal, the 124,000 miles or 200,000 kilometers, which is already a big step in terms of me driving this car, because I obviously had it for now basically a little bit more than 3 years, and I've driven it in those 3 years. I mean, I've done a video also about that, but it's already a little while back. You know, now when I hit the 200,000 kilometers, like 44,000 kilometers, and my big goal with this car is obviously to hit the 308,000 kilometers, because I don't know, maybe lost track, but maybe I said in the last video or in the video before that, but I wanted 308,000 kilometers because I want to double the mileage of this car, so it feels more like my car, because I've done at that point the majority of the miles or kilometers.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart stops beating when my headlights shining.
I actually want to talk about something really funny, because well, last night, or last video for you guys, when I stayed in Lunea in my hotel, I tried to book a hotel in Stockholm for today, but somehow I forgot, and then I slept in, and when I woke up this morning, I thought that I already booked the hotel, and I was convinced that I did it. That's why I didn't check it before, or still the hotel. So I've driven here, and I was like, I don't know, it's like maybe 2 and a bit hours ago, or maybe 3 hours ago, and I then checked if I really booked the hotel or not. And then it came to my mind that I didn't even book the hotel. And then I was like, oh my god, in panic mode, because I also needed a place to sleep. And I didn't want to sleep in the tent. That's the whole point of the home run series of Castle of the Wild. You know, when we want to drive to a set destination, in this case the North Cape, we either sleep in our cars or in tents in the wild, which we did. But the home run series is kind of to relax a little bit, you know, because we obviously still need to drive very, very many kilometers back to our homes, and that's why we just want to, you know, sleep in hotels, etc. So yeah, I was then basically, you know, panicking. It was a panic mode. I didn't know what to do, so I, you know, searched really, really fast for hotels, booked one, and I just managed to get the last room in this hotel, and everything else in Stockholm would have been too expensive. So yeah, I'm really, really glad I still managed to get a hotel room, because oh my god, if I wouldn't have checked it before, I would have driven out to the hotel they originally planned to book, and then I would stand there, you know, in front of closed doors, and I couldn't book, you know, a room there because they are all, you know, booked out. So yeah, this was just a, you know, little anecdote, a little funny moment I need to share, because it was actually, you know, quite stressful, but also pretty funny that I thought I already booked the hotel, but in the end I didn't even do it. I am now basically in the city of Stockholm, and it is crazy after being, you know, for, you know, quite a long time, it basically in the middle of nowhere, being now, you know, back in a city as big as Stockholm. And yeah, I mean, the amount of traffic I have to encounter now is just mind-blowing in my opinion, because, well, you know, all the way up to North Cape there wasn't much traffic everywhere, because we drove the majority of the time at night, even though it was, you know, daylight basically all the way through. So yeah, it's just, I mean, I have 4 minutes left, 2.6 kilometers to my hotel, and just like last video, I will leave the scene uncut, because I want you to, you know, have the full Stockholm experience in a little bit of a talk video, which isn't per se, you know, a POV video where I do not talk. I do cross in 2 kilometers. Oh, it is maybe very short. But I do cross in 2 kilometers 197,000 kilometers on this car. Oh, I can't do that. Only 2 minutes left. 196,999 right now, and we have 1.3 kilometers left. So it should work. I should cross 197,000 kilometers to the dot, basically to the last 20-30 meters. You know, of arriving to arriving at my hotel. 196,999, 800 meters, 600, 850, no, 800, 750, 700, 650. Okay, I need to turn right here. 196,999, 196,999. No, I need to turn right here. 196,999. And then I need to turn left right here. 19700. 197,000 kilometers on the clock as we arrive at the hotel. Alright, I've parked now at my hotel. It is now the 4th day of the Cars of the Wild Home Run series. And I'm currently in Stockholm, which means while I'm in Stockholm, I still have a 6.5 hour drive to the south of Sweden, or to the very south of Sweden today. But I first want to do a little bit of sightseeing. So yeah, let's enjoy the city of Stockholm with me in my VW Golf 5.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck.
Alright, I am now pretty much in the city center of Stockholm. I've just driven pretty much all the way through the city to get here. I am now at the Royal Palace, or nearly at the Royal Palace. I mean, here is a parking lot where I can park, so I can do a little bit of sightseeing when I want, when I go to the Royal Palace. I mean, I won't go in there because I actually do not have much time, but I can at least, you know, watch it from outside. Oh, and there's a Ferrari. Wow. Only 1 minute, 160 meters, and then I am at the destination. There are a lot of cyclists. Perfect. Okay, I will park up and then I will see you at the Royal Palace of the Royal Family.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me.
Alright, this was a very quick sightseeing tour through the city center of Stockholm because, well, as you can see on the GPS, I still have 6 hours and 23 minutes left to go. And oh my god, they are shooting cannons right over there. That's the noise. Wow. I think because it's 12. Wow. Oh my god. Holy. That's the noise. Okay. Alright. They're shooting cannons right out. That's wow, okay. Now I need to do a U-turn. Not here, but the next slide. As you can see, on the left is the Royal Palace. Funny enough, right over there, that Ghost Rider did right over there a burnout in front, which was the first thing I remembered when I saw this place. But yeah, well, absolutely gridlock. But we are in the city center of Stockholm. I mean, life couldn't be better, honestly. Life couldn't be better. I mean, yes, there's traffic. Yes, there's way more traffic than. Oh, I'm not even allowed to go left right now. Please turn left. Alright, now to the right of me is the palace. Right over there they are shooting cannonballs, and wow, I mean the city center is just beautiful. I've already driven to the city center of Hamburg, obviously where I lived. I've driven through the city center of Manchester, but it was honestly in the night so I couldn't see very much. And now this city center is also, I mean, in my opinion, it looks absolutely great. It reminds me a lot of like Flensburg, because a city in the north of Germany, because you know this is also right at the water, and yeah. All right, I think I will drive now back through Stockholm and onto the Swedish highway to get to my next destination, which is 6 hours and 20 minutes away, which isn't that much when you consider, you know, the last time we drove, or the last days where we drove like 10 to 12 hours every single day. So that's kind of refreshing. And I will arrive at my destination at 18:23, which isn't that bad. Wow, looks beautiful. I mean, look at those buildings, honestly. Well, as you can see, you can't see nothing. It is holy. It's absolutely insane. It feels now a little bit repetitive, because when I, you know, in the first video that I've shot in the Castle White series, I was also in a very, very big rainstorm in Sweden, and I have now 4 hours and 7 minutes of this, and I can't see the end of this. I can't see the end. We are doing 80 kilometers per hour, 70 kilometers per hour on the highway. Now the last time, and I drove through a rainstorm, somehow got water in my car. Holy. one big rainstorm. Oh my god. There's so much rain. I turn my fog light now on. Oh, aquaplaning, hydroplaning. I never thought that I would be driving through this. Oh my god, that's water standing on the highway. So there's somebody now behind me. Oh my god! There's literally water standing on the freeway. Okay. Alright, it's now a little bit less rain, which is good. Okay. Yeah, there was a quick update because, well, that was very surprising. That was one hell of a surprise. Rainstorm. Alright, another quick update. We are right by the sea and look what's overtaking me in a second. A Ferrari 812. Nice. Rosso Corsa. Sick car. Oh my god. What a nice car. Just look at it. Another quick update. And there's another 812. Let's go! Haha! Black with bronze wheels.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck.
Alright, after a quick pit stop, we are now back on the road, and I actually saw at the pit stop, you know, where I just ate something, two very cool German registered Amphi cars. Now I don't know which make they are, I mean who built them, but they look very, very cool. One was green, carbon green, and one was blue, and they draw quite some attention because, well, not directly next to them, but like 2 or 3 parking spots beside them, where, oh, that's the Elba Traktor. But like 2 or 3 parking spots beside them were steered Corvette, and nobody looked at the Corvette. Everybody looked at those heavy cars, and they were just so cool, honestly. Another quick update: I am now only 1 hour and 4 minutes, 100 kilometers away from my destination tonight, but I only have 120 kilometers of range still in this car left. Now, I don't know if I already said it or not, but the last quarter of the tank in this car is, when it comes to the, you know, estimated range, very, very unpredictable and not very reliable. That's why, yeah, I mean, it should theoretically work, but I will keep you updated because, you know, it's still, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking, especially when I was up in the north in Finland, where there's maybe like 1 petrol or gas station every 200, 300, 400 kilometers, which isn't every 200, 300 or 400 kilometers, which isn't, you know, not very much when you compare it to Germany, where there's like on the Autobahn like every 50 kilometers one. It's getting actually a little bit better. I have now 43 minutes left, 65 kilometers, and my estimated range is around 90 kilometers. So yeah, I mean, obviously the south of Sweden is, you can drive way better efficiently, because obviously all the way up in the north of Scandinavia and Sweden, it is way more, you know, there are way more hills, etc. And that's why, yeah, you can just roll with the traffic in the south of Sweden, which is, you know, quite relaxing. I already said it quite a lot, but driving in Scandinavia is really, really relaxing, in my opinion at least. I mean, I could drive for hours in Scandinavia without stopping, just as I proved yesterday. I mean, I've driven yesterday 8 hours in one go before I actually needed to fuel up the car. So yeah, or as I already proved in the Norwegian road trip series with this car, when I drove from Trondheim to Lund, I also done like a 8.5 hour stint in one go. Also, I filled up the car and I then drove the entire tank, the entire fuel tank of the car empty to the estimated range of 0 kilometers, and then I fueled it up again, and I mean that was 8.5 hours. So yeah, I mean, driving Scandinavia is really, really relaxing, in my opinion. Alright, literally like 3 minutes later, after the last clip, my fuel light just came on, and the car just said "Bitte tanken," which is German, it obviously means please fuel up. So yeah, I have 58 kilometers to go and a 70 kilometer range. I am, however, already on the analog display, in the very red. So yeah, you know, people, I'm still not sure if I can make it or not. That's why I am basically hugging myself at the back of a truck, so you know, I can be a little bit more fuel efficient. It's actually getting worse. I have now 49 kilometers left, and I have an estimated range of 50 kilometers, so 30 miles. This is concerning. This is really, really quite concerning. Alright, next update. We have 33 kilometers left, and I have a theoretical range of 40 kilometers. However, I don't want to risk it and getting stuck somewhere on the road. That's why I am trying to. That's why I just want to fill up the car right now, so we don't have any kind of headaches. But I'm only 24 minutes away from my goal for today. Alright, I've just filled up the car. It did cost around 90 euros, which isn't that bad, or like 907 Swedish crowns, I think it was. But I have now again 870 kilometers of range, and I still had like about 2 liters left in the car, which maybe wasn't that concerning, but better safe than sorry. So yeah, now we have only 26 minutes left, 33 kilometers, but I don't want to share the location because it's a private location, not a hotel. That's why I think I am calling it now today, right here in the car with 25 minutes left. I really, really hoped you enjoyed this episode of the Cart in the Wild Return or Home Run series, and I hope I see you in the next one. Alright, peace.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up.